Hello, people. We are back. A2TP podcast, episode 149, and we are back. It's your boy, International Walt.
It's your girl, Tasha, co-hostess with the most.
And we are back for another episode of us. You guys can catch us out there on Facebook, A2TPodcast.com, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, and Podchaser, Player FM also. Bam! Let's get right to it. How are you?
Can you wink with both eyes?
No. I have no control over this one. I had to see which one it was. I can't wink with my right eye, which is crazy because I'm right-handed.
I can do it a little bit. It looks weird when I do it from my right. It's like I got to do my whole face. I can kind of do it on a slide with my left.
Yeah, it looks weird on that one.
On my left?
On the which
on
is
the
the
right
good one?
The left is the good one.
Let me see. Do the other one. Yeah, that's
my
your whole face moved.
I felt like my nose moved.
You look like you had a little Tourette, like a little, not to make fun of that, but you look like you had a little twitch.
Yeah. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Mentally I'm a 9.
Okay.
Nothing is wrong.
She dropped 4 dimes last week.
I did. But I want to be honest, nothing is wrong at all. God willing, we have some plans in motion. And one thing about my husband, you know, like that, like when people say Mr. Make It Happen or Miss Make It Happen, he's Mr. Make It Happen. But please believe me, it's going to happen at the last minute. It's going to happen in time for it to happen, but it's not going to happen like he's just Mr. Make It Happen at the last minute. And I respect it because I know I have faith in him and he's going to make it happen. But it can be a little anxiety ridden. It can cause a little anxiety in me. And I try not to allow it to cause tension between us. Like, babe. Because that doesn't solve anything. So that's why I'm just a little 9 because my insides is like, okay. Tick, 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 tick. Okay. So I'm a 9.
I'm going to just assure my baby that I hear her. I received that. But this thing that we have in motion is something that I knew was coming. And it's something that I know has to happen. So it will happen. But she's absolutely right. It's not like a comfortability factor. It's it is a comfortability factor. It's a like make sure my ducks are all in a row type of thing.
Let me tell you, y'all know how like y'all go on vacations, and let's say you're going on vacation in June, and like you might have it all booked and paid for come March. Never. Like we have literally gone on vacation and it was booked and paid for 5 days before. I mean, and in my mind, it's like, okay, he said and one of the factors is, and this is not like a bragging thing at all, because I wish that he thought a little differently. I try to tell him sometimes prices of things fluctuate, whether it's airfare, hotel prices are usually the same, but things fluctuate. So sometimes if you do it a little early, it can be a little cheaper. He don't care about none of that. Like, he don't care how much it is. If he says we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And it's like, if we would have did it 6 weeks ago, it could have been $500 less. But he don't care about that.
It's timing for me. It's timing. That's all. But it's like things that I know.
Do you work better under pressure? Is that the thing?
No, it's just things that I know, like that we do are kind of like, yeah, we might, yeah, we may, yeah, we're going to, but I'm kind of like lackadaisical about it. But then there's things that I know, like, like my wife is serious about something. So it's like, okay, I know that this is going to happen regardless. So I'm not like too concerned about it. It's just, I got some stuff to put in place. And when that happens, boom, we make the plans. So, I mean, which she probably already has. Like, it's not like if I'd have said, okay, so where you think about staying, she ain't going to have 5 or 6 different places
I'm ready to go. Fire off.
Yeah, so it's like, I know that that's there. She's not going to be like, well, I didn't know, and not have anything ready. She's going to be booked and ready to go. Just give me the
Tell me to push the button.
Yeah, that's all she's waiting on. So the preparation is there. She's just waiting on the button push is all.
So, yeah. So for that, I'm a 9. But it's all good. Financially, I'm going to say I'm a 9 too, because, it's a lot of things, that we want to do. And I'm grateful and blessed that we are able to do those things. But I just, we want to make sure that we're okay financially secure always. And I thank God it doesn't, never has been in jeopardy. But I'll be honest to say I'm a 9. There's a lot of things coming up in our life. So I'm a 9, but that's all good. Work is a 9. You might be 9s across the board here. Work is a 9. Work is great. I love my job still. Still love it. I'm in a supervisory position again, which I wasn't in for the last 4 and some years. But you know, things change, and I'm back there for the last 6 months. Yeah, and
back with the people.
I'm just having to. I have a small team, which is great. I'm just having to do more hand holding than I would like. And, you know, it comes with the territory. It is what it is. It would be better if it wasn't part of the territory. But, you know, I'm made for this. So, you know, something small.
Talk your
small
shit.
To a giant.
Talk that shit.
And then physically, I'm a 9. Ladies, do y'all deal with menstrual symptoms? Like, I have to say, I don't get cramps. Like, I know we probably talked about this before. I can count on one hand, maybe 2, you know, in my 30 years of experiencing my menstrual cycle, and not even 2 whole hands of dealing with cramps. And I thank God for that. But I get really bad headaches pre, during, and kind of post. And then I never really know when they're going to come in, but I know when that feeling is there. And it's not a good thing. Like my body, it's like my body goes through all the motions. I'm happy. Maybe it's a good thing that it's all at one time. But my body goes through all the motions during, you know, that week of the month. And it sucks. Like, Eve, why did you have to eat that apple? Like, Lord.
Told your ass.
Sheesh.
9 listening ass.
So yeah, for that, yes, I you know, I'm 9s across the board. Other than that, my body's feeling great. You know, we've been hitting the gym. I wasn't able to make it today, but I feel good with myself and the progress that I've been making. And I got some plans for myself come December, to coincide with our workout. So I feel good.
You ain't got no pancakes today, did you?
Nope.
What's your plans in December?
To eat better. Like, you know, I mean, I haven't been
diet change.
Yeah, I haven't been eating horribly, but I can eat better. And yeah, I love pancakes. I love pancakes. Like, I love pancakes. Like, that might be my breakfast in of itself is my favorite meal. I'm like a kid when
that starch and empty carbs though. Yeah,
I have a wide palate, I would say. Like, I like a range or variety of foods, but my favorite foods are the basics: pancakes, pizza, and French fries, which is so horrible. Like,
French fries is one for me too. Like, French fries can do it. Pizza, nah, fuck a pizza and fuck a pancake. Like, I mean, I'll eat it if it's there, but I ain't looking for neither one of them. But French fries, almost took a brother out.
I had an egg sandwich for breakfast. I didn't even eat any lunch, and then maybe we had dinner. Yep. So, how are you, babe?
I am fan-freaking-tastic. Mentally, I feel like I'm a 9. Just have a clear head, no stress, no drama, nothing heavy on the conscience or on the brain. Finances, I feel like a 9. Obviously, got to spend some money, and that's just my job to always worry about that. So I feel like a 9 there. Work is a 10. Closest shit to work, got a new job.
I know. We can sleep later.
Yeah, like 11. You've been milking it these mornings. I'm just letting you know. I need you like 10 minutes earlier.
Babe, I need you to open the door like you used to.
I'm not saying a half hour early.
Out of it.
I need you like 10 minutes earlier.
You call me and I'll be like, yes,
like we going somewhere. Like, what the fuck? It's work time. What you think going on? You hear me flap these pants?
I heard.
Like, you hear me flap these jeans? You get your ass. Like,
you called me the other morning. I'm like, yeah. And then when I got to sense, I asked myself, like, what did you think he wanted? Like,
you say, yeah, like you taking a nap on the couch or some shit. And I'm like, Tosh, you like, yeah.
Just honestly, no.
Like a nigga need a little help in the morning.
I make my baby breakfast, oatmeal, something simple, but I want her to know that he has something to eat in the morning, and I make his lunch every morning.
And we pray every morning.
I give him some good words of encouragement, and that's just our thing every single morning.
She may sing a song.
Yeah. He act like he don't like it, but he like when I sing to him. And even when we're not on our best days, that's the ritual. It hurts. It has hurt. And I'll say maybe only 2 or 3 times he might have left out. We still pray and do all the things, but he might have left out a little faster, or he ain't say I love you clear enough for me to hear it. And it hurts my feelings because I just feel like no matter what we go through, I always want to know that he knows that I love him and that I hear it from him. But, in the morning time when he leave, I go back to bed. I do my Bible study. Sometimes I do a little scrolling on social media. And then I go back to sleep for about 3 hours, depending on what time it is. But
or 4 or 5.
No.
Depending if you don't have nothing to do. Oh, I see when my alarms start moving. I said somebody up and moving around the house.
No, because sometimes I don't go downstairs till like 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Because, I'll be doing my intermittent fasting and stuff. And I'll be having waters up here. So that don't mean that's the time that I'm just getting up.
12, 15, this lazy motherfucker.
No, I never get up that late.
No, I know I can't judge. Like when I see that's the time you get up. Physically, I feel I wore the zip up because I'm about to
You about to what?
What?
You about
I told
to what?
you about to show the people.
You're not about to unzip your jacket. You're not about to unzip your jacket.
I'm about to show the people.
Go ahead.
You see how...
Unzip your jacket on this camera.
I'm big as shit. I wasn't about to unzip my jacket. I was just joking with her. But, I'm bulging throughout my clothes. Y'all see what it is. You get your summertime body in the winter. It's just going to be what it is next year, 2024. Yeah, so I feel like a 10 physically.
I'm proud of you. You look great.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Great. Let me ask y'all this too. The Lock Nation. Y'all that are part of the tribe with locks. I love it. Looks beautiful, and most of y'all. Why is it that y'all feel like y'all get some kind of stake on others in the Lock Nation? Like the chicks in the gym that got locks. Oh my goodness, they see him coming through. They be on the treadmill. It's like a video music. Like if it's 2 or 3 on the treadmill, you see all their heads like boop, 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 all turn. And he walk, and then I come behind them. They be like, damn, he with her.
We're a community of our own, We're a community.
Okay.
We go to the lock meetings on Sunday at 6.
It's something about that. It's cute though. It's cute. They be looking.
It's a journey. Everybody knows it's a journey.
They be looking. Some of them cheat though. Some people cheat and they get they get the real locks. I don't want to say they get lock extensions. That's what it is.
Yeah, those people aren't welcome.
But how would you know? You wouldn't know if you don't know them. If they just popped up, you wouldn't know.
Well, they got the look in their face like they haven't been on a journey. So I would know. I would know.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? What happened? No, wows and woes. What do you got? What's up? What's down? What's black? What's white? What's stop? What's go?
Thank God for being in the land of the living for another week.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just grateful for that. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my wow. Nothing
that's
like.
Just like my nana used to say that.
Aww.
I'm thankful for being in the land of the living.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That just took me back to yesterday. Damn.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you emotional, but I'm just grateful for that. Nothing.
Wow.
Bananas get you, boy.
Woosah.
Need a minute?
I'm good.
All right.
Damn.
Bananas get you. I had a moment the other day, and I thank you for being there to support me. Yeah, so just grateful for another week, and I didn't have any woes. I'm grateful. I don't want to complain. I could complain about it being cold outside, but guess what? That's the way life is. So I don't have no woes. What about you?
No woes. Ain't nothing bad happened. My wow is 2 things. 1, I got a closer job. I am 11 minutes from home. So I am super, super happy about that. don't have to take my car for tolls and gas, and it just makes a big difference, and I'm super excited about that. My other excitement is that I got our Christmas lights up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's early.
My baby loves
got
Christmas.
the Christmas lights up. Might get the tree, pretty soon. Definitely before Thanksgiving. But we'll see. So and we're getting a fake tree this year. No more of that real tree shit. Yeah. No more than goddamn pine needles all through the house when you gotta take the tree out. But Christmas lights is up, and I'm super excited about that. Next is the Christmas carols to be playing every day, and then the spirit hits you. The spirit hits you.
Any theme you've been thinking about? I have to give a shout out to my girl Nanette. Has a beautiful home. I don't want to say where she lives. I think that's too personal. Has a beautiful home, and she is of your ilk when it comes to Christmas.
I think it's ilk.
Ilk. She loves Christmas. She does 5 trees throughout her home. And I know that could sound a lot depending on the size of your home, but because they're like spaced out in different rooms, it's really beautiful. She's done 2 so far that I've seen. I know she was working on the 3rd. And they are just beautiful, like just really beautiful. And I never like we never do like we may do a color scheme, but we never do like a full theme. Like one of her trees was like a Candyland theme. The other one, I don't know if it was really a theme. It was just all white decor. Like it looked really beautiful. So
this year's supposed to be a wood theme.
Wood?
Yeah, wood is supposed to be the Christmas theme this year. Like when you look on Pinterest and shit like that.
Okay. You want to go with that?
No. I was just saying, when everybody go left, I want to go right.
Yeah, so what, have you been thinking about a theme or color scheme?
I mean, no, we haven't really talked about nothing. I know like we still were like getting our traditional ornaments and things like that we don't. I said we were getting more. Don't even go there. Don't even open the box, okay? They're gone. All right? we're getting more ornaments.
Y'all, my baby used to buy me an ornament each year that were very special to me. And I had like 4 or 5. And that like each year he would add to my collection, add to my collection, add to my collection. When we moved, I don't know if we left the box. I don't know what happened.
I think they're in one of the boxes we didn't open.
I would really like to find my ornaments. They were really special to me. So hopefully we can. But I'm looking forward to it. I got us some really nice stockings last year. I'm really looking. I would like to paint the railing.
We want to talk about.
What is it about a honey-do list that honeys don't like to do?
I'm older and I'm at work all day doing shit, and it's just this is my sanctuary, and I want to do things for you, and I know that I have to do things for you, but it's like what you want me to do, it's not going to take me long to do, and it's when you see it happen, it'll be like bam, 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 okay, done, and you'll be like, wow, why you take that damn long to do something that took you 3 hours to do for me? So that's why I'm not sweating it.
So what about when you say to me like, oh, you do things for me on your time and not when I ask to do it? And it's been almost 2 years.
That's the only thing you asked me to do for you?
No.
I've done a bunch of other things for you? Have I taken care of some other things for you?
Not much, but
oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, not much in terms of a honey-do list is what I mean. You know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
You try and milk it now.
Nah. My skin a little thin tonight.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm just fucking with you.
What is up with this whole alleged Will Smith and Dwayne Martin situation?
That's the thing I want to talk about, but not necessarily them, because I don't really give a shit what they do. So it's a story going around that's been around for 20 years about Will and Dwayne sleeping together, but I don't care if they did or didn't. My thing is, in 2023, going on 2024, with all the progression with gays and transgender and
the LGBTQ community.
LGBTQA.
You about to call them B2K?
No, all that.
Yes.
Their community. It seems like life has gotten a lot more progressive in what we see and what we accept. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it's still men, quote unquote, on the DL? Like, why are we still hearing about stuff like that? Like, do you still think, like, till the end of time, there's still going to be men who want to be married, want to have kids, but still sleep with men?
Yes, I think it still will be, because there's
Hold on, but even though that you have wives out here that you can get into marriages with, where it's like, yo, we can be married. I'm doing this over here, you doing that over there. We got kids as long as we providing for each other. Like, there's women out here that will go into relationships like that if it works for them.
I don't think there's many women that will agree. Women may agree to their spouses cheating, you know, that mentality of, as long as you don't bring it home, or as long as you provide, or as long as I don't find nothing out. But that's a different dynamic when you talk about cheating with men. Like, that's a completely like, me knowing that you're cheating, or a woman knowing that your husband might be out there dipping and dabbing at the club with other chicks is one thing. But you being out there with other men, it's just something different about dynamic. It. Yeah, that
I was ready to say I don't understand, but like, I do understand. Because if I accept as a woman that you don't bring no shit to the door with no girls, it's like different if you bring it, if I know you dipping out with dudes.
Well, not only that, you're a different person if I know you're out here sexually attracted to men. It's a thing like this. Like, as a woman, I can compete. I mean, I don't have to, but I can compete with any other woman, because I know they can't hold a candle to what I can do for you. And I'm not just talking about sexually, but including sexually in anything else. Like, it's nobody else that can compare to me for you. But now when you're talking about a man, I can't even compete. We're apples and oranges, literally. So the fact that I can compete with any other apple, I can't compete with an orange as an apple.
But that orange is limited, though. Why wouldn't you look? And I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I don't want to sound like I'm defending. Why wouldn't you look like like men are limited? Like, what?
Not
like
really.
What I have is way more than what he has.
No, not really.
Like,
he got a hole, I got a hole. He got a hole, I got a hole.
You have 2 holes, 3 holes.
But he has something that I can't offer to you. Point blank, period.
You could. He has a booty hole. Women have a booty hole.
He has a penis.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's 50% of the guys. What about the guys who are toppers? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say that about them. All they want is a hole too. You have a hole. A woman has a hole that they can offer too. So why wouldn't you think I can compete with that?
Nah, it's a man. He has other body parts. Maybe a man who is a top that wants to have sex with men. Obviously, he's attracted to this man for whatever. Now, I think it's different, and maybe, I don't know. I don't really understand the dynamic of a man who is attracted to a transgender woman, if that's the way to say it.
So you are
or not even transgender. Like, I'm just gonna use Saucy Santana, right? He is a man. He's not transgender, but he's a man. But he presents himself in a feminine way. Let's just say that. You know, with the butt, the heels, the shoes. But he is a man.
Right, because he does wear a beard and shit like that.
Yeah, and he's a dude.
He's a gay boy, which he said. Like, he's a gay man.
Exactly. So I don't understand the dynamic of a let's just say a straight man who's on the DL, so he really not straight, but a straight man being attracted to that because, or I don't want to call him a that, but being attracted to that type of gay man who presents themselves as a woman, because it's like, okay, then why aren't you just attracted to a woman?
Because you're looking for the masculinity, I would think, but still, but presenting in a feminine way.
So that's why, as a woman, I can't compete with that, because
but that's not always the case. What if it's just 2 gay men? What if it's just two dudes that you can't look at and tell are gay, but they stay sleeping together? So it's not a feminine one. It's not a one who wears wigs or anything like that. It
may not be wigs to that point, but I think behind closed doors there are roles. Like, one is more masculine than the other. Now, it may not be to the extreme of Mr. Santana, but there is a more feminine and a more masculine partner. So that's why I say, as a woman agreeing to an open relationship, or maybe not even an open relationship, accepting a man that may be creeping around with other women is one thing. Creeping around with men, That's something different.
So if you get with if a couple gets together and they have an open marriage, and the woman's like, I don't care what you do, don't care what I do, we just have an open marriage, just don't bring nothing back. You think that needs to be stated?
Yes.
I might be dipping out with dudes.
Yeah.
Because what if she dipping out with girls? Does that need to be stated, or can she keep that to herself?
No, I mean, I think.
Or is it a double standard there? Is that,
I think
that one
it
of
is
them double standard things?
I think it is a double standard, which in that situation,
and that's fine.
If you want to look at it to the woman's benefit, you know, where
because
women,
she can step out and maybe have a lesbian situation, and she don't have to say, hey, I'm stepping out with women, but the second he goes out and has a homosexual situation, that should be said. But we have an open marriage.
Well, I think, again, I think it should be said on the woman's part as well, but I think it is more acceptable for whatever reason in this culture. Like a woman could, you know, have a situation with, you know, you'll see pictures of girls humping and grinding on each other while they dancing in the club or whatever, and they may never have done anything sexually together, but that's accepted in society today more so. Like a couple dudes, they can't play around with their friends like that, and it just be looked at like, oh, they just partying and having fun. So that's one of those double standards that works in the favor of women, where, you know, they kind of have more freedom in their sexuality without being labeled than men do. Men will quickly get a label put upon them, you know, if they you know, do something in that negative.
There's a lot of double standards that are there, but I hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, and most of the time the double standards, you know, fall on behalf of the men, where it benefits the male species. But I think that's one, if you want to look at it as a benefit, where, you know, women kind of get that benefit of being able to, oh, that's just my girlfriend. Oh, we was just kissing because we was drunk, or somebody dared us to do that. But it's like,
crazy how that can happen, or be like, we was drunk and we slept together. But that's never going to happen again, and you won't be looked at as gay. But goddamn it, if a dude did that shit and was like, me and my boy was drunk and he blew me, he would be considered gay. That would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's that I don't want to call it toxic masculinity, because I don't know if it's really considered toxic, but maybe it is, that any sort of male on male contact, you are given that label, where like a girl can be like, no, we was just drunk, we was just playing around, or we only do that when we go on vacation, we don't mess with each other, like it, you know, something crazy. Or like we had like girls can have a threesome, you know, 2 girls and a guy, and they can all participate with each other, but the girls aren't looked at as being gay. It's like, nah, we was just performing for him. 2 men can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
No. You can't even think about that no.
Yeah. So I think, you know, that's what I think in this culture and society, one, you're always going to have those men who were just not raised in an environment where being their free selves is acceptable, so whether it's their family or community.
That comes from the inside. But when the outside is telling you it's okay, when it wasn't before, you still think like it's going to continue, like there's still going to be men on the deal. Because I get what you're saying, how your family and friends can ostracize you because you come out. And the outside don't like it either. But when the whole outside is telling you, hey man, it's cool, it's okay, like, now the only place it's telling you that is wrong is the inside. And it's like, I can overcome that because y'all not living my life.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a hard decision for anybody coming out to make, but I think it's especially hard for men. Because again, it's a different, you know, it's a different connotation that's placed on men. It's almost like people say, if you're a man who's gay, and you can never, or let's say a man who's bisexual, they look at it like a Donnie McClurkin, who admitted to, you know, being gay when he was younger, and now I don't even know what to call it, and I don't want to like speak or offend anybody, but now he says he's no longer gay.
Overcame.
Yeah. So that's not widely accepted. People will joke about that, make fun about that. Most men can't say that.
And most men on the low will always consider him gay.
Right. Whereas a woman can have girlfriends and maybe go back and forth throughout her life, girlfriends, boyfriends, girlfriends, and then decide to marry a man and go on happily ever after and never mess with a woman again. And it'll be like, yeah, like, oh, she was just experimenting, or she was just having fun in her 20s, or, she was just living a wild life being promiscuous, and that won't carry along with her. So I think that shadow will always follow men, which is why a lot of them won't come out. And
I think it's sad. I mean, if that's your life and you want to live your life and society is telling you that it's okay now, it's like almost like a thing that you've been waiting for a long time. So just go ahead and live your life. Like, don't mislead women. Like, that's the part I don't get. Like, you don't need to mislead women no more, because you're accepted everywhere, and you don't have to do that no more. She's right. There's probably not a lot of women who will accept you out here dipping with guys, but you never know. I mean, you never know. It's somebody out here for everybody.
But like you said, I would rather a man, not saying you have to come out to the public and be openly gay about it if you feel some sort of apprehension. Keep it to yourself if you want to, but don't be deceptive.
That's the part I'm talking about. Even if you have the open marriage and it's like, I'm going to be dipping over here with guys, if your woman accepts that.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't even get involved with a woman. It's like that's your beard, like your cover up for society. Don't even go to that step. Just be with men.
If you're bisexual, though, if you're bisexual, then you want to be with a female and a man. So I'm just saying, you can be with a woman if you're bisexual. There's nothing wrong with that. So,
but don't be with one person and cheat. Is what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying if you would have a person with an open relationship. All I'm saying is you go over here and do your thing. You don't have to broadcast it to the world, but at least you're not misleading that woman that you're with. You're not deceiving her. She has the opportunity to know what you're doing and leave and not accept it if she wants. But the fact that she doesn't know and it's this DL thing, that's the problem. It's like, stop being deceptive when society says you're good. Yeah. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So you think there's always going to be dudes on the DL?
I do. I think there will be. Yeah, I think there will be. I know of some men who are married, and I am pretty sure if it wasn't for their church life, they would be gay.
Gay or bi?
I think they would be gay.
Gay. Okay.
Yeah, I think they would be gay.
That's
crazy. They have families, and like I said, they're married.
You know how you think about like dudes or stuff that you know in your life, and you think, damn, who, if I had to pick, who would I think would be on the DL? It's like, I don't, excuse me, I start thinking about that shit, and I get to my mad, like, what am I, a fucking detective? Like, I can't tell that shit. Like, even when I think about it really hard, it'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know the mannerisms or what would make me think somebody was on the DL.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's probably too because it's not like you've been exposed to a lot of people who are homosexual either. I mean, not that you've never seen them before,
right? But
to kind of see.
Even a metrosexual man, like a clean-cut dude, manicured guy, a lot of women would think, oh, he's gay. Well, not a lot of women, but some women would think he's gay. Some men would think he's gay, but he might not be. He just might be
Yeah, I think that's, that's a stereotype that I don't necessarily agree with. There are some men that, will get their eyebrows waxed. So there are some men who are more into grooming than I would like for my man to be, and I'm happy that he isn't. But I don't think that characteristic means that a man identifies a man as being gay.
No,
I think closed-minded people. Yeah, I think closed-minded people, people may say, okay, women who don't shave their legs are lesbians. Well, guess what? I probably shave my legs twice a year. Ain't nothing lesbianic about me.
And that's something that's never ever bothered me. The double standard thing, before we get off of this, the double standards that exist between men. Why did you what you think about the double standard between how women speak to little boys and how men can't speak to little girls like in the same way. So like you can see a little boy and be like, oh my God, you're so cute, and kiss his cheek and be like, you don't have a girlfriend, you know, you're gonna be my boyfriend or whatever, and you can talk to little boys like that. But if a guy was like, hey, you look pretty, you're my little girlfriend, like that shit would be looked at like, you can't be talking to a little girl like that.
No,
but women can kiss a boy on the cheek. Come here, you're so cute. Oh my God, you're handsome. You're gonna be my little boyfriend.
You talking about a stranger or like
even if it's a family friend, that's a fucking stranger. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, not like a person off the street.
Okay, it was like what?
Like nobody should be touching your kid.
I mean, I don't like when.
I heard this somewhere, but what do you think about that?
Yeah, to your point, there is a double standard. I mean, even the whole like little boyfriend thing. I don't like when women do that with little boys anyway. Like they can be, you know, you're handsome, you cute, whatever, but you don't have to, you know, that little boyfriend thing. I don't like it. I don't like when women be like, oh, my son's going to be a little heartbreaker. Like, why, you know, manifest that or put that kind of stuff in the air? But nevertheless, yes, there is a double standard. And I think it's just because of the society that we live in where, unfortunately, men are the primary population of sexual predators, meaning men and women are sexual predators, but more men than there are women. And people, unfortunately, they don't look at women the same way. We have heard stories recently. Jeezy, you know, talked about him being molested by an older woman when he was a child. Charlemagne the God has, you know, mentioned about him being touched as a boy, sexualized as a boy. So, I mean, there are situations that it does happen. If you see Antoine Fisher, it was a movie, but that happens in real life. Yeah. So, in both cases, like, I mean, I think you got to be careful around your kids regardless. But men get that. And I'll admit, because of my own traumas, I am that way too. Like, you know how I am. It makes me like weirded when I see dads, I don't want to say dads, men at the park with like kids and stuff, where I know it's probably their dad or something like that. I used to be like, oh my God, I gotta watch these
about
kids.
To cry like, oh, I want to call the cops type thing, and it's like, babe, like that could be like a dad and his daughter. Like it's not nothing going on.
Just weird me out. Like, why is he here with the kids? Like where is the mom?
She might be home in the bathtub and needed an hour, and
he might have visitations or something like that. I get it, but again, so I think because men in this society are more men are predators than women. That's why that double standard is there. It's sad, but we have to be careful of all people.
What else we got? Now let's get off of that DL stuff. Keke Palmer. So why is it, and we ain't got to get all deep into her business, but why is it we haven't heard, you 42, I'm 46, we haven't heard nothing about Keke Palmer since she was on Disney. She was a little girl. All this stuff she did her whole life. She get one baby daddy and the shit hits the fan. Yeah. Like one relationship. We never heard about her with any other guy growing up, anything like that. Any kind of like bad relationships, any kind of like drama or anything. She was just like a darling and was on the Disney thing and, you know, grew up in front of our faces. And the one time she gets a baby daddy, it's DV, it's custody battles. Like,
you know why? Because she's putting her business out there. It's not like people are just, you know, the other day I seen a picture of Keisha Knight Pulliam, you know, Rudy. Right, posted it was a picture of her and her baby, and it was like,
I was going to say, she just had a kid, right?
Yeah, and I think she has two. But you think about it, like, I knew she got married some years ago. It didn't go well. She kind of fell back, which again, so it's at people's discretion that their business is out there. And I think we hear so much about Keke because Keke put so much of herself out there. Good, bad, and different. You know, she wants you. It's kind of like people use social media to get the attention because companies watch social media. Oh, this person is popular. Let's do a marketing deal with her. Right. Oh, this person is popular. Let's get her a Dove soap commercial or something because this is who people are following after. So it works to the benefit of some celebrities when you are out there and you gain a fan base. But then it's like you got to know where to stop it.
Because the negative popularity you get off shit like this is not going to get the brands to come after you, because they're going to be like, you got DV and shit going on.
Well, it
so
depends.
We're not going to give you deals.
Well, I mean, if you are a victim, somebody's not going to hold that against you. But so that could even open up doors as well. Somebody might want you to be a spokeswoman for something. You know, I mean, so, but again, like we think about Paris Hilton, right? Who was before like social media and stuff, like, but when you think about reality TV, like she was like one of the originators.
She was her.
Yeah, like her and Nicole Richie, like they started that.
Pioneers.
Yes. Right? But then we didn't know what the hell we still don't know what's going on with Nicole Richie purposely. She fell back. I know she had a clothing line, but she got her family going. The same when you think about Ashley Simpson. We heard all that chaos that was going on in her life when she was married, and a whole bunch of stuff was going on. Now she married Evan Ross, Diana Ross' son. They got a family. So it's at people's discretion. There are some people.
So you can fall off the map and people not know shit if you want to.
People know your business that you put out there. Now, don't get me wrong. Paparazzi is paparazzi. They gonna snap a picture here and there. But you have if you take on the Beyonce or the Lori Harvey effect and you don't clear nothing up, you don't speak about nothing, all they're gonna have is pictures. It can be all the conjecture.
She's putting this out there, like these pictures and posts and all this stuff, like she's leaking this stuff. I'm asking. Okay.
I don't think it's leaked. I think she purposely. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's leaked. Now, again, you got to think too. You put your relationship out there, good, bad, or indifferent. If it's all good, when it goes bad, especially when it comes to court, that's all public knowledge, public information. And we know if people are releasing jail calls, like the whole Shirley story, like the court reporter that is working somewhere that's in the office and your paper comes across their desk, oh my God, Keke Palmer, like
right.
Anything is liable to be leaked to TMZ. So you got to know that once you're out there as a public figure, it's on. Like it's unfortunate, but it's on. You really have to, like, people find out. You remember how people found out Beyonce and Jay-Z's, the twins' names? Like they was looking through government records to try to find out their names. So there is some information that you can't hide. People who want to know, they're going to go do their due diligence. They're going to search for it. But
just to think the lengths you go through
just to find out their name.
Like, what are you going to do with that information?
People are.
I know the kid's name is Zuri, so what am I going to sell that? Like, how better off are you for knowing that? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, people just, the sensationalism of celebrity, it's a little.
And I asked you that, like, do you think she's putting it out is because, like, she's never done anything like this or never put out any drama on herself. Now, who's to know if she had some while she was growing up in front of us? But she never put it out. So why this guy? And, she's a 30-something-year-old girl. I'm sure she's had boyfriends before. And I don't know if it's all good or some bad. She's had life happen to her. So I'm just saying, why now?
I think she's doing it just like every other woman who has a boyfriend. Like, I don't think she's doing, like she's posting pictures in her relationship and things like that because she's just another woman on social media. Now, what happens in that relationship, that's a different story, as it becomes, as things transpire. Like the whole Usher thing. He was the one that, and that's another thing too. People choose to discuss private matters in public. He was the one who put out a comment about, the whole Usher performance thing with her there on Twitter instead of addressing her.
Right.
So, I mean, it's certain things like that where I don't necessarily, I think this society is kind of brainwashed, or like their brain is in a fog in a sense where I don't even think they're necessarily doing some of these things for attention. They're just doing it because that's what they do. And it's like they don't even think for a second, hey, maybe I shouldn't, respond to my girlfriend or my baby's mom's post on Twitter condemning her behavior.
Right.
Maybe this is
right.
a conversation.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Well, again, I don't even think they're thinking that it's wrong. I just think that they're thinking this is what. Yeah.
This is the way. You don't know another way, but you would think they do, is being as though they're 30 something.
That's like just being transparent. He may have posted something, and not even like. It just may have been some language that I'm like, babe, I don't think you should say that. Like, but I'm going to call him. Or I might even DM him like, I think you should take this down. Or, what did you mean by this? But I'm not going to repost it and be like, I don't know what your problem is. I don't know why you would post this on social media. Like, it's like, okay.
I would be shocked.
Yeah, like
who is she talking to?
Like, if we're having a conversation or if it's something I need to say to you, I'm going to say it to you. I'm not going to, we're never airing our grievances out to the public. But I think in this generation, they don't even think that it isn't the thing to do because it is their thing to do.
That's crazy.
It's a weird dynamic. It's a very weird dynamic. Like,
it's just crazy to me that all the years I've been seeing this girl since she was, 12, 13 years old, 15 years old. And now she's in her 30s. And it's like, as soon as you hear of the one guy that she has a baby with, now all this shit starts coming out of domestic violence and custody battles and shit like that. And it's like, damn, you was the quiet girl that we were saying at one time, yo, she never got no drama going on. Like, she's America's darling. Like, she just works, always in movies. Yeah. And she wasn't a part of that. But now it's like, it's just drama out there.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas, you remember, was football player who played for Seattle, the safety.
And he was cheating and his wife showed up with the
she had the blicky on him while he was asleep, woke up like Henry Hill, like Karen put the gun down. And it was in his face.
And the girl was there.
Yeah, and it was a whole thing. Well, this is the same Earl Thomas where her boyfriend, his ex-wife, stole his identity, stole $900,000 from him, took his picture, his information, which I think he got from his ex-wife, his social security number and all that. His picture, made a fake ID, opened accounts, transferred car titles into his name, drained bank accounts, bought vacation homes, all kinds of stuff. $1.9 million he took from him. He
going to jail.
Like, how does that even happen? Like,
and she probably going to jail too.
I would think she had something to do with it.
Yeah, you not because you
how does she get pertinent information?
Well, how
does he get pertinent information? His social security number.
No, that I can see. So you're with somebody, y'all break up, you might still have some information that was contained somewhere of the other person. And if your new person you're with has access to that, so that part.
So you think he might have got it without her giving it to him?
Yes, he might have. But that's not to say that you didn't have, when you started seeing him show up with what he's doing and what money he has. Does the amount of money he have equate to him being able to make these moves? You had to think to yourself, what's going on, and ask
That's
some
why
questions.
I would think she knew and probably was giving him the pertinent information.
Well, so she going to jail too.
Yeah, I would think they all should. Yeah, he should go to jail. She should go to jail. That money should be paid back. Like, and I just don't know how that shit goes that far. Almost $2 million. Like, how you not watching your money where you see $2 million go, or car titles being transferred out of your name? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
You don't get no mail or no shit saying
I was about to say, right.
Car titles aren't yours no more.
But it makes me think, was she still living in their marital home and Earl was the one that left, and he didn't change some mail or something, and then mail still coming to the house?
So they just assume you know? Or you assume you did it? He had an ID with all his information with his picture.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So I got all of Earl Campbell's information, my picture, and it's like,
Earl
Thomas. I'm opening up all these bank accounts and transferring cars, buying houses.
Yeah, that's crazy. You would think, granted, if you go to TD Bank, okay, you could easily go to a branch that you like, yeah, just move to the area. They ain't like the bank got your ID on file. So Yeah, that's pretty.
Said he deposited 900,000. He drained one account for 900 grand and went to a different bank and deposited it into his account. Like, that's crazy.
That is
900 grand. That's
is
insane. I want to talk about Andre 3000. Andre 3000 from Outkast is coming out with a new album on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Heard this?
I've heard. Yes, I have heard.
And everybody seems to be super excited about this album.
Were you a big Outkast fan?
Yeah, big Outkast fan. Like Andre 3000. You know, he is one of the top MCs out there. But this album, everybody was like, I hope he not, you know, going to be playing a flute and shit. Come to find out, the album is a flute.
Wow.
8 tracks on the album. First title to the first song. Ready?
Okay, I think.
I swear I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time.
I like it. Okay.
Track 2. The slang word pussy rolls off the tongue way far easier than the word vagina. Do you agree?
I do. Vagina seems so forced.
Track number 3. That night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low-register purring tones that I couldn't control. Shit was wild.
That makes me think about that night in Puerto Rico I ate that cookie. So I believe him.
Bipolar disorders, track number 4. Bipolar disorder's daughter wears a 3000 button down embroidered.
Sounds like he ate a cookie right in that.
93 Till Infinity and Beyonce, track number 5.
93 Till Infinity and Beyonce. See, that gives me that real Andre 3000 vibe. Like, it makes me think, is Beyonce on that?
Track number 6. Gandhi, Dalai Lama, Your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy.
Nah, no blasphemy. I ain't listening to that one.
Track number 7. Ants to You, Gods to Who.
Say it one more again.
Ants to You, Gods to Who.
Ants? Like ANTS?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Track number 8. Dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying gardens.
I like that. It gives a good visual.
And on the front of the CD, explicitly it says, no bars. No verses.
Guess what?
So again, you got
he
this.
He piqued my interest. I want to hear the damn flute.
I don't want to hear.
Except for track 6.
I don't want to hear no flautist do 8 tracks of flute. Like, how do you mean? Like, you really want to listen to a flute?
I want to hear what he about to do. Like, it's
he about to play a flute.
I know, but you know, but see that's so open. Like, is it gonna sound like jazz? Is it gonna sound like a wind? Like, what is it, like a flute?
Pussy rolls off the tongue better than vagina. That's supposed
so that
to
could
sound
be like
jazzy?
some sexy jazz.
Wow, I'm surprised you get that from that.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm interested is what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, and it's only 8 songs. I'm happy it's not like 22 songs. 8 songs, I would give it a buzz.
Because the titles are like that?
Yeah, he made it very intriguing. I would listen to him except for track 6. I don't play around with Jesus.
I think I might listen to 1 just to hear, just to say I heard it. Like, yeah, just to say I heard it. But I'm not like overly, like, people want to hear him rap. I want to hear him rap. Nobody want to hear you play the flute. That's why you went to Japan.
What if Lizzo released a flute album?
That shit's only cool and
like a
little touch of it, a little sprinkle of it, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. But you can't be coming out every song with the flute. That's why she don't do it.
Okay, all right. I mean, yeah. I mean, eight songs. I feel like is enough to just be like, all right, to hear what are you trying to do here. But I think he's going to get the streams based off of pure curiosity. Yeah. And people people might be like, nah, I don't believe him. Like, I don't know, but I definitely want to listen.
I think I'll take a listen too. Kelly Oubre from the 76ers was hit by a car downtown on Locust Street. I don't know how you hit, and it was a hit and run. So he broke a rib, got some lacerations and cuts, and fucked his hip up. He is back with the team, so shouts out to him for, being back with the team. He should be back in like a week or so. I say all that to ask, have you ever hit a person in your car?
No, I not. I knew you were gonna look at. I have hit another car. I have not hit a human being.
What about the rubber on your?
Despite what you think, I not to my
What about
recollection.
the rubber on your car, babe?
No,
That come from the handlebar grip.
I think what happened in that situation, I was driving and somebody like bumped into me, but I don't recall.
So you was driving on a street and somebody bumped into you with a bike.
Yeah. I didn't they walked into they rode their bike into my car. Yes, so actually they crashed into my car and their handlebar kind of like rubbed on, and it was on my hood.
Yeah, like they was laying across the hood when you hit them.
I did not.
No, you did. Like, tell the story of when you hit the person.
I don't remember hitting
What you
them.
mean you don't remember?
Because I really don't remember hitting. I think the way it happened.
You gonna take it to your grave, like.
I think they hit me.
What kind of shit is that? You're in a car. You hit
have
somebody.
you ever hit a person?
Yes.
A little girl?
Yes. And I was very scared. This is back when I was illegal as hell and I had no license, no insurance, car didn't have no registration. I was driving somebody else's car, and I'm coming down this hill towards Sedgley Avenue, like at Sedgley and Glenwood, and this little girl popped out and my mirror clipped her and she spun around like a goddamn top and hit the ground. And I was like, and jumped out of the car. I was like, oh my God, you're okay. I'm so fucking sorry. Oh my God. And she popped up with her book bag and just was like, I'm fine. And her mom was in the door. Like she was crossing the street to go in the house. And her mom asked her, was she okay? And I was like, do you want to go to the hospital? I was almost in tears, like thinking, I'm going to jail tonight. And I was like, do you need to go to the hospital? And she was like, no, she says she's fine. She's okay. And once I got that word, I got in the car and got the fuck out of there. But so yes, I have hit a person. But you gonna tell your story on hitting the dude on the bike or the lady on the bike?
I think it was a man.
Okay, so now we getting somewhere.
No.
Now we peeling the onion back.
I kind of remember it being like in traffic, like I was driving, and bicyclists, y'all fought to have your own lanes, but he was riding in the middle, like trying to get by, and I wasn't trying to stop him from getting by.
You turned the car around, look?
I just was in my lane, and when he was driving, he like went over a little bit, and he fell on my hood.
Wow.
I didn't hit him.
Lame as hell.
I didn't hit the man.
Wow, babe.
He fell.
You know you had to explain that.
On my hood. And I kept driving, and if I remember correctly, he banged on my trunk.
Because you hit him, and then you ran.
The light changed, I think, and I just went. I didn't hit him.
This is clearly a hit and run that she had back in the day.
First of all, I haven't had that car in
Statutes of
almost
limitation
10 years.
are over. It's a done deal. I'm just saying, I shared my story of when I hit a person. You would think you would be open and sharing yours, but I vaguely remember hitting somebody, but maybe they hit me too.
I think he hit me, and he smacked my hood. You ever been hit by a car?
Yes, I've been hit by a car, a Cadillac, a big red one, 4-door Cadillac. I was on my bike coming up Gordon Street to my mom's house, and there's a Pepsi truck parked on 26th Street, and I couldn't see the oncoming traffic, and I darted out into 26th Street, and the Cadillac really, really hit me. Not clipped me, full front of the car, bam! And up in the fucking air I went, and down I go, and I'm like disoriented, but I pop up off adrenaline. And my leg is killing me, my hip, my shoulder. And my mom was standing in the door. And, that's a whole nother conversation. But she was like, get your ass in here and lay down. Like, almost like mad because you got hit by the fucking car. Like, and I remember going in the house and laying on the couch, which is like, you could die because you could have a fucking concussion. You know what I mean? Like, why are you advising kids to lay down? But that's what I did. I went in the house and laid down. That happened to me when I was on my bike and I got clotheslined driving through the sprinkler and my neck, bam, I got hit on my head and went home, big ass hickey on my head. First thing they told me, go lay down. And it's like, that's the worst thing you could do.
You're not supposed to, yeah.
That's the worst
thing. I got hit by a car
do.
one time. I was crossing the street. I was in high school. And I remember standing, like crossing the street, but like you stand in the street a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a car parked. And I'm waiting for the light to turn. And I do not cross on the red light. Like, I just don't cross on the red light. But I'm standing there waiting, and this car backs up, and I slow, thank God, but backs up enough to like tap me and like knock me over.
Oh, really? Fell over on the ground?
Fell, and I'm like, what the hell?
On the ground looking up. I got hit.
Yeah, like he knocked me in my knees, and it was a big man. I don't know if it was a Cadillac, but it was like a big old white car.
Were you hurt and in pain or anything?
I wasn't in pain. I mean, so like the next day, I think I might have been a little bruised or something. I didn't need to go to the hospital or anything. But this old man got out, and I don't know if he was just scared or nervous or if he had Parkinson's or something.
Scared. He just hit somebody.
He was shaking so bad, and I was like, you shouldn't even be driving shaking like that.
You probably was scared that he hit you.
And I went to school. Nobody knew. Like, I didn't say, like, I it was like I couldn't believe. I don't even know if I ever
was people there? Like, nobody was there? It's just
no,
you?
It was like in the morning time, me going to school. Like, I think
nobody saw it?
I mean, people might have, but nobody, like, said anything to me.
Did you pop up? Anybody help you up?
No, I think I remember it being like another lady or something there, and like kind of looking like, I think we both were just shocked, like, because I just like tumbled down. It just crazy. Like knocked me over, and I just couldn't believe it happened. Like, this car just hit me, and yeah, that was the only time I got hit. And you killed the skunk before.
We killed the skunk. We were driving in a car together.
We drive the car. So do I hold the steering wheel with my right hand or left hand?
I was driving.
Okay.
You were in a car with me. We were coming from dinner or wherever we were coming from. We come off an overpass. You said, oh shit, there's a skunk. And it was said, like,
ba-doom, ba-doom.
Yeah, we were too close to turn. So
I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah, but you didn't say nothing. Like,
I said, there's a skunk.
Nah.
And you said, ba-doom, ba-doom.
We murdered the skunk, babe. We murdered the skunk.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that. We murdered. I didn't do it by myself. When I looked over, you were there. Were you there? Did you smell the smell?
Yeah.
Okay, you were there.
Okay.
Okay. So if we were to get arrested for like a crime, you were there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You killed the skunk.
We got some, go ahead.
What?
No, you go.
Black love questions?
Yeah, you got some?
Yeah, I got some.
All right.
We could do that. You ready to wrap it up?
So for those who may not have seen on previous episodes,
give them the down.
Black love is a question game. There are 5 categories.
Yes.
So they are rock the boat, past and future, me and you, we are family, and self. So really introspective questions that we ask each other, answer. You know, they are great conversation starters or generators, whatever you want to call it. So let's go. Let's start with
Black love. Which category?
We are family.
We are family. Yeah. What's the thing most What's the thing you most hope to replicate from your own upbringing? I thought this was a great question for both of us.
The thing that I hope to replicate, I think from my upbringing, the bond that my sisters and I had as we grew up, I hope to instill that in my nieces and nephews.
Oh, you absolutely have.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
You absolutely have.
Yeah. I mean, but they're young now, but I hope that as they get older, you know, And I think I've learned more as we get older. As siblings, doesn't mean your relationships will be perfect, but there is a level of respect and trust and honesty that you should have amongst each other. And I hope they are able to nourish that kind of relationship as well.
Mine would have to do with my Nana because she's the best memories of my childhood. So I would want to replicate just how she cared, how she loved, and how classy she was somewhere in my life. And I know that's like a female male thing, but she was classy. She was a classy woman, and I just hope to represent some type of class in my life, some type of bouginess. That's what she was. She was bougie. So yeah.
You got another weird? Do I ask you one?
No, that was both.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's go with self.
Self. What's something that you hate seeing other people do?
Oh, I hate seeing, and I don't want to just throw this word out there, but I hate seeing other people bully people. In any kind of way. And I don't mean bully just in the sense of like beating somebody up, but to mistreat somebody, just to see somebody mistreat somebody. Like it bothers me. I don't like it. I kind of almost want to go into Karen mode and be like, stop that, leave them alone. Like I just do not like seeing people being mistreated. It bothers me.
Yeah. That was one of mine, so I'm gonna think real quick on the fly. I think that I don't like to see people, for lack of a better term, not listen. And not necessarily listen to me, but listen to information, or your mentor, or your older sister, or your older brother, or your mom, or your dad. Like, when people have information to give you and can tell you, like, you're going down the wrong path, or maybe you should try this or try this, and you keep spinning your own wheels and just bumping your head. I hate to see when people don't try to do something else. People just like stay with the fuck up. It's going to work my way. And it's like, damn, why don't you just try something else? Because you've, up until this point, this is how you gotten here. So why don't you just try? Like, you've been going left. So why don't you try right to see what that road does? Yeah. I hate to see people bumping their head on the wall, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Let's rock the boat.
Rock the boat. Oh shit.
Rock the boat.
Would having sex in a public place turn you
on? Not necessarily turn me on. No. I think, and when you say public, that's subjective. Like, I wouldn't
public. Just say outside.
No, that doesn't turn me on. That doesn't.
I don't think I'll be able to perform.
I was about to say,
like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get caught.
Yeah, it wouldn't turn me on. Because
how public are we talking?
Exactly, that's what I was about to say.
Are we talking in the middle of a parking
beach
lot?
In the middle of the night is a public place. But yeah, are we talking about in the supermarket in aisle 10? Like,
or out of the side of a car, like we've seen dudes the other day?
So that doesn't, nothing about that turns me on.
No.
So now I would pass. I mean, well, not to say we wouldn't do it in a public place, but again,
we have done it in a public place. We've done it on gazebos on the beach.
On that pier.
Yeah, on a pier. So, I mean, we was out in the fog at 2 o'clock in the morning. We've done it outside. We did it we had sexual encounters on the balcony in Jamaica.
Yeah.
We've had sexual encounters outside, but not, again, how public are we talking?
Yeah. So that doesn't turn me on. It just, we were turned on and ended up happening in those places.
But not the fact that we were outside.
Yeah, like seeking it. Yeah.
No. We have 2 left. Past and future, me and you.
Let's do past and future and save the best for last.
Past and future. Is there anything from your past that you're ashamed of?
Ashamed of? It is, but I won't discuss it on camera.
Okay.
You know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't discuss on camera. That's probably because I can think of some things that I may regret. But to say ashamed of, I can only really think of one thing.
Thing. I respect that.
Yeah. What about you?
you know what mine is too, what I can disclose on mine's on camera. Just being a robber, a stick-up kid, and just, you know, hurting people and shit like that. I wish I never would have done those things as I was growing up. And I am ashamed of them. They make me feel bad when I think about them.
Yeah, I know that, like, certain things, that certain conversations or even certain events that we experience, you kind of like, yeah, I know. But God forgives you. And he forgives me too.
Of course.
All right. The best for last. Me and you, Zaddy.
Tell me how you describe me to other people. Somebody was to say, oh, your husband, yeah, how was he? What'd you like?
God. I tell people that you are a murder-faced teddy bear. Like, he is the sweetest person to me. He is my protector. He's so funny. He's, you know, my best friend. But he is he's big in presence. And he smiles more now than ever before. So you don't have the murder face as often as you used to. But I do tell people, like, you know, don't let his presence, you know, intimidate you. Like, he really is a sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah. We are actually attending, I'm able to bring my baby to work with me tomorrow. So we'll tell you guys about it next week maybe. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because they call him Mr. Natasha. They were like, is Mr. Natasha going to be able to attend? I was
better
like,
not call me no fucking Mr. Natasha. They call me Walt. What's wrong with you? I'm gonna tell, so you better tell them motherfuckers that, because I'm gonna tell them on the spot. Call me no fucking Mr. Natasha.
That's what they said.
Nope. Well, they better say it to you. Better not say it to me.
Mr. Natasha's coming. We'll finally get to meet Mr. Natasha.
Well, they're gonna get angry, man. We're gonna be out of there in 30 minutes. Because I'm gonna tell somebody, bro, lady, don't call me Mr. Natasha. My name is Walter. They might tell you later, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend him. Like, no, don't call me that.
How would you describe me to someone else?
How do I describe you to my friends at work? Like, she is soft and pink. She's the funniest person that I know. She's also the meanest person I know. And she's like the best friend like that you can have. And I always tell them she's great around kids. She's a dope wife. So that's how I would describe her. Like, she's smart. Yeah, I would describe you just like that. So, yeah, that's our Black Love segment.
Black Love.
3 grams.
Give me heart. No, your other hand. You gotta point down the heart. Forget it. 3 grams.
Go. There's 3 things left.
So I did not look more into this story, but I saw a headline about 4 LA County sheriffs who committed suicide. Oh, I'm sorry. Sheriff's office employees, so police officers who committed suicide.
Yeah, explain. 4 in 3 days.
It makes me feel like something was going to be revealed, and the embarrassment or something about it had to be that egregious that they decided to take themselves out.
So it makes me think it's something with children.
Something.
Because what other? If it was we buried 6 bodies 6 years ago, that's fine. Like, I mean, it's horrible, but okay, that can come out. But if it's we doing shit to little kids, that can't come out.
But then it also makes me think, and maybe this is just from watching Chicago PD, maybe they thought to themselves, let's say it didn't have to do with children, but it was just some egregious crime. If it is announced and they're terminated, then it stops their families from getting pension or something. Whereas if they commit suicide prior to their termination, then that changes it. I don't know, but there definitely needs to be some investigation into, I mean, I'm sure there has been, it's just probably not information that's being released, because it just makes me feel like something is happening. Like, it's not like these are just 3 random people.
Fuck no.
All from the same company.
When they say there's smoke, there's fire, this is smoking.
Yeah.
Like something happened. You don't. How I wonder if that's ever happened, unless it was a cult situation where 4 people committed suicide in 3 days who all work for the same place.
Yeah. Can you imagine being an employee that doesn't know what's going on? You like, what the
Rob
hell?
killed himself Monday night.
Then Mike...
Tina and Ray killed themselves Tuesday morning. Then John killed himself Wednesday evening. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I want to work here.
Yeah, y'all had his badge handgun. Like, y'all, like, what's going on? Are y'all putting...
It's like when Denzel, that movie, when they was walking around passing the spirit around. Time is on our side. Yes, it is. Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, that's spooky. One thing I wanted to say, and I'm sorry, I know we have moved on to the Grams, but shout out to Kelly Oubre. We went to a Sixers game. He's a phenomenal player. I just wish him a speedy recovery. That is horrible that he got hit and then somebody left. And you got to see this on the news because, of the notoriety of who you hit. Accidents happen all the time. I mean, it's pointless to say turn yourself in, because if they were going to, they would have already.
Somebody gonna tell. You know why? Because he's a good player. If he was a guy who scored 8 points a night, maybe they wouldn't tell. Yeah. But he scores 25 points a night. So if somebody gets a whiff of who did it, somebody's gonna
run their mouth.
Yeah, if somebody gets a whiff of who did it, they're gonna tell. Yeah, so he's the dude or she's the girl who hit Kelly Oubre.
Right, a speedy recovery. What you got next?
Actor strike is over.
Yeah, you know what? I have been seeing more commercials for TV shows, and made me think, were those on hold until the actor strike?
Everything's on hold. Everything just stopped. So top of the year, first quarter, gonna be a whole bunch of new shows.
So I knew things were on hold from like being made, but I didn't know that puts things on hold that were already done.
The guy that the kid that died the other week from drugs and shit, the young kid, he was from Euphoria, right? Mm-hmm. Well, why the director died?
Yeah, I saw. One of the directors, yeah. Crazy. I don't know. It's I hope it isn't from drugs too. I didn't look to see if they had released like a statement indicating why. But very, very, and he was young, 44 years old, I think it said. Yep. Yeah, that's very ironic. I mean, life is not guaranteed and is unpredictable. But when you hear these similarities in situations, it makes you just kind of want to fall back and stay away.
It does. It makes you really think sometimes you're in a simulation. Well, at least I feel like that sometimes. Last Graham, never even talked about him on this show. Tory Lanez had a new album drop on Friday from prison. Already received 1 billion streams. Can you name a Tory Lanez song?
I can. I know he's pretty popular. Like even before he went to prison, but.
Can you name one song?
No, and I'm actually gonna ask a question, and don't laugh at me because I don't know. Is he a singer or a rapper?
I think he's a rapper.
Okay.
I can't name one song either. I'm sure he's a rapper. I'm not gonna say I think. I'm 99% sure he's a rapper. He may have some melodic songs.
So I thought he was like in the same, no pun intended, but like the same lane as like Trey Songz. He's not. No, he's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
Yeah, I don't know any of his songs.
I remember when the pandemic hit, he had that music. He would play music every night. Yeah. And he would rap. And then the dude with the hat, he took over. What's his name? The DJ. D-Nice. He took over. But Tory Lanez was the first to do that pandemic, I forget what they call it, what it was called, but whatever.
Like the live streams and stuff.
Yeah, but 1 billion streams?
That's crazy.
I mean, is that many people looking for Tory Lanez? 1 billion streams? Like we're not one of them.
I was about to say, that's a lot of people that
listen to that shit, and we not one of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure maybe if somebody played like one of his old songs, we might be like, oh, I heard that before. But I can't name any of his songs. But when you talk about streams, what does that translate to? Like 35 cents?
I just was looking at this the other day, and it just was being talked about on a different podcast. 1 million streams equates to you making $3,500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a million streams will get you about $3,500.
So he gets about 350,000 because he got 1 billion, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
But in each platform they pay different. So Tidal pay different, percentage for streams. Apple pays a different percentage, Spotify. So you're not getting the same percentage across the board. So 1 billion streams at Spotify doesn't equal the same as at Apple.
Okay.
So, you know, that's the disconnect.
Okay. Really quickly, you mentioned COVID. You know, that was, don't get me wrong, COVID was bad. The people that died, lost their lives, were sick. But the COVID, I remember Anthony Hamilton did like a live singing thing that was amazing. Like those early, and that was before they started verses and people started to monetize it. It's like, I remember Erykah Badu did one and it was like $1 a person, which you figure ain't a lot. You figure if she got 3 million listeners.
That came from D Nice though, because D Nice was the one that housed that shit. He would have 50, 60,000 people in alive.
Right, but I mean,
Michelle
before
Obama
him,
and shit like that.
But before him, he started doing it regularly.
Right.
But Anthony Hamilton was kind of one of the first people. John Legend.
I remember Anthony Hamilton. He sang in the living room.
Yeah,
I remember.
John Legend. And then that's when it started, you know, picking up. And D Nice was on like every night doing it. Like they was calling it, what, COVID radio or...
That's what I was trying to figure out what the name of it was. Pandemic radio, something like that.
Yeah, but it was, you know, they did their thing with it. But, I'm not saying I miss COVID per se. Of course not. That's stupid. But just the kind of solitude that it gave and made, you know, everybody, a lot of people were still out in the streets being dumb, but the solitude that came with it, the rest, the mandatory rest that came with it was good in some ways.
You got to think up until that point is some people have been running since they were teenagers. Just moving and shaking and trying to get life together. And that was the first time in your lifetime that you had to sit down.
Yeah.
And you have been running for 20 years, for 15 years or whatever, just living life. So, yeah, I agree. Let's do a wrap. Act 2 the podcast, episode 149 coming to a close. You guys catch us on Facebook, act2thepodcast.com, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Pod Chaser, and Player FM. It's your boy, International Walt.
Your girl Tosh, the co-hostess with the mostest.
And if you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, y'all should. Peace. Thank you, babe.